Wrench?
Yeah. Hand me that screwdriver and I can get the wrench. Thank you.
I've yet to see him use that screwdriver for anything that resembles driving a screw.
Well, I used it to ram one through something once. Does that count?
No.
And you might show this. This is a good trick. Big wrench and the spring on the fork to hold it up till you can get the nuts on. Oh yeah, they got new nuts. Like I said, I put it on the outside. That way the one that's visible is the one that could ever cause problems.
So you can see it and then know you have to take everything off to get to it.
Oh yeah, that's right. These aren't... That's been the problem with going... Everything I replaced has been a bigger size. They moved it up and I don't know. Yeah, Monroe Shock is American. But that's been... Well, that's been a common problem with this thing, is the fact that it has... The threadings are English.
Yes.
The heads and links are metric. So you have English spaced threading with metric heads and metric lengths. So yeah, that's made it kind of interesting. So most of the time when I replace something, it ends up with standard size stuff on it because that matches what actually is needed. Now what are you shooting anyways? Okay, I was gonna say, what are you shooting? I don't even know what you're filming at this point.
I don't even know what I'm filming at this point.
There we go. They're all good and tight now.
Good
That's
tight.
done. Now
Okay.
I put the rest of it back together. You don't have a compressed air machine.
Yeah. You are the compressed air machine. Yes.
That might be an interesting modification. Put an actual ram air scoop in the hood.
I was going to talk to you about that off camera. Yes, I was thinking about that.
Get it up to gain an extra whopping 2 horsepower.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it'll do. It ain't gonna be a lot, but
Hey,
it'll be good.
it might have a top speed of 91 instead of 90.
You don't want to do 91 in this thing. You don't want to do 90 in this thing.
Not particularly.
You don't want to do 70 in this thing.
It's not too bad, 70. It'll be even better 70 now that it has shocks that actually work.
Yeah, I suppose.
You know, I'm thinking about putting a carport up here. I've got to put a door. It won't close anything, but it will use that. I'll even put a lock on it.
There you go.
Just to drive people nuts. Why is this locked? Why is this closed and why is this locked? You can walk around it. There's an extra bolt point here, and all I can think of is, why is that there? And it's like, okay.
Don't ask questions.
Maybe if you got the premium version, you had a wider fake ram air scoop. So they just put the extra bolt point?
I suppose. But yeah, if you cut that out, so it's technically a ram air, could you drive this in the rain?
You could. You would just want to make sure that you put a spot down here so water can drain out. So you just need a drain point in here.
To catch y'all up, he has a misfire in the F-150 that we will be correcting later on.
It has not shown up as a check engine. I just noticed it from sound and feel. You'll feel it miss a step when you lose a little bit of power, and when you're starting off, and every once in a while you can feel it, lack of better term, stumble. It's not bad enough that it's made the check engine light come on, but it's bad enough that I've noticed it, which means it needs done.
Yes, Krazy Karl, the only YouTube channel where you'll witness somebody talking to bolts.
What is your problem, buddy? What in the heck are you? That is the most bizarre screw.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that is weird.
Well, it wasn't going in. It wasn't actually in the nut for it. It was just caught up on the washer.
Hmm.
And there we go. Air box is in. Cool. And it's actually designed to have some movement. So the movement's not a problem. It's just it's actually you're tightening down on metal washers, so that you're tightening not what's the box, and it's got rubber in there so it can move and flex.
Yeah. So if the engine, for example, moves and flexes on startup or something, makes sense. Yeah.
Get your butt back on there. There we go. No, don't feel bad if you can't do that. I'm not normal.
Can't do it.
What I was just doing with my fingers on the screw.
Oh.
I was tightening it by hand using my fingers, and that's not a normal thing.
Mm.
That stuff is not stuff you can do if you have fingers that aren't already rocks. So
Yeah.
now, if I can get them to line up, that's always kind of aggravating with this one because it's got a good bit of spring to that line. So getting these to line up at first is always a little aggravating because you got to pull that side and push this side.
I've not met an air filter setup yet that is annoying. That is not annoying. Pardon me. Every single one I've had is some sort of annoyance in some way, shape, or form.
The Renegade's problem was it broke every time you took it off, changed the air filter. The plastic they made that thing out of was so brittle it wouldn't survive being changed.
Hmm. Every one I've had like that, you got to play around, find the hole with the screw. You got the clamp style that freaking 2000
Buick
Mustang
one,
used. You got to pull the cone out.
The Buick's is actually really easy to take on and take the bolts in and out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pain to get it moved out of the way and get the air filter out.
Well, Buick decided it'd be a good idea to put their washer fluid or coolant, one or the other, above the battery.
That's washer fluid.
Because that's where you want your water-based liquid is above an open battery.
I have been responsible for mechanic shops putting "we do not change batteries" on Buicks up.
Mm-hmm.
And mine's not even the one where you have to take the entire rear seat out.
Whoever is responsible for designing where batteries go in Buicks, they need to be fired. Preferably out of a cannon. Out a brick wall.
I recommend finger tightening the corners, which I don't have that corner. And I didn't replace it with that corner because it seems like when I tried to do that, I think this is stripped out, that's why it's missing. So. But then you do cross. So. And yes, it has torque specs, but I don't have my torque wrench out. And so it's basically, when the screwdriver don't let me tighten it anymore, it's probably at spec. It's all together.
Alrighty. So, new shock is on, just not mounted yet.
I'm just taking a look at the booster. I've been told the brake boosters on these things are a problem. And I'm worried that doing all this has blown it out. But it's not that hard to get to. It's there. This doesn't work anyways. That comes off. This is the four-wheel drive control. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's another project I do not want to do.
Well, if you do it, we'll be here to record it.
Yeah.
I'll be here to give you company the whole entire time.
Now we start reassembling.
We can rebuild him. We have the technology.
I still love how this Delphi part gave us lock nuts with the nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Although it would be nice if they gave us washers too, but
yeah,
you can't ask for everything. And now I've got this nightmare again.
Oh yeah, you had to make it fit.
Yeah, and it's still the same way. It's not that it's the other side was bent, it's that this thing sits in at an angle. So you have to tighten the spring to get the spring at the right level. Here comes the fun part. Getting stuff to finagle around everything.
Yeah.
Oops, there went the box.
Make everything through, in, out, and around, up and down.
Yep. And now we have fun with crowbars.
Yeah, hush falls under the crowd. This is why that fork deal is kind of a pain in the butt.
Because you have to pry it up and down and around and over.
And under and inside out.
I got that way. Now I gotta do it this way too.
You need to make the end of it rounded, the flat, instead of rounded, like they knew you were going to hammer on it.
Yep. Come on, come on. Quit twisting that way.
You can get it close enough to thread some bolts in. I think I said it last time. If you want a good workout, come outside with some basic hand tools.
Come on, get in there. All right.
Yeah, he's not going insane. He knows the other fork isn't on it. He's using the screws to hold it in place.
So I can get the one fork on, then I can line it up and get the other fork. Because if I can get the back started.
I was going to say, it makes me wonder how they did it in the factory, but I bet they just had a machine do it.
Yep. This is the problem. I put pressure on it and it slides out.
Yep. Pressure onto the right, it slides.
And I can't
slides to the left.
push this on far enough to get a bolt on it. And have it in a usable position.
The only thing I can offer is I can lay down underneath there, put my foot against that part you keep hammering to try to hold it in, maybe. But I don't know if that'll do much. What we got here is he broke out the C-clamp.
Try to secure the arm so it quits pushing back.
So you put it there.
Not gonna work that way. So let's try doing.
You're far more patient than me, man. I'd be throwing tools and screaming curse words by now. Now, who am I kidding? I would not have even got this far. I would have been done called somebody and had them tow the thing to fix it.
Give me a paper towel.
Towels? Oh. That was my bad. When your cameraman can't even hold a paper towels and a camera at the same time.
Explained what happened to the mic.
I was stress testing it. It failed. Okay?
Where's that? I need the nut. Wherever the heck the nut is. Shiny.
The shiny nut.
Yeah.
All right. This, the big one.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
So C-clamp is the secret. I don't know how we're getting the pry bar out, but the C-clamp is the secret.
In all truth, I think this is why these bolts are so garbage. I think this is what they do. They get it started, and then they just jackhammer them together.
Makes sense. Honestly, because most times, most struts these days, they go with the car. They don't. You don't have to change them usually these days.
You
Not even in
do,
the
but
truck.
after 100,000 miles, so who cares?
Yeah,
It's after the warranty, so no one cares.
it's way after the warranty, so no one cares. 24 socket.
Yep, and the socket wrench.
The socket
Which
wrench.
is over there. I can't reach it.
I don't think you need the extension on it.
Nope, I do not.
You mean the ratchet, right?
Yep.
There you go.
Thank you.
Of course, we're not impact drilling this because we don't want it to chew the hell out of it getting cross thread.
If the clamp becomes a permanent part of this car, I'll live with it.
I don't think the clamp is becoming a permanent part of this car. After all, there's a sawzall.
Well, now I can take the clamp off, so. Screw it, I'm not using the washer. I forgot to put the lock washer on.
Oh, yeah, we've gone too far.
I might have to back it back off after I get done, but if I do, I do.
Well, that's that kind that comes with its own thread locker.
So I don't need the lock washer, but I don't know if I need the spacer that the washer provides. I think I need the washer.
Doesn't mean the arm's coming back off?
No. It should be there. I just need a washer because I'm running low on thread. So I do not want to
Cross thread.
cross thread and run out of thread. So that's just to give more purchase.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Makes sense. Okay, so 19 millimeter going on the...
Hand me the cheaper 19 millimeters from up. Hand me the kits on the bumper.
19 millimeter from the kit.
Yep. Well, I think those are together as far as they're going to go, which is not good. Alright, now let's see what I can do. Come on. Alright. I've got a bottom fed through one side of each one. Now, yeah.
Now you just need to put the bolts on and tighten them down.
Now I got to get through the other half.
What?
I got one through.
Woohoo! And the crowd goes wild.
Thread lock. Because I do not want these coming off.
No. We don't want to have to do this again.
Ever.
Ever.
I think if the shocks go bad again, it's either the end of this or it's going to somebody else, or I am completely changing out the suspension system on this thing. I mean, this is gone.
You're going to something else.
Yeah.
Can you go to something else on this?
Oh, probably. I'm sure. Well, I know there's been a bunch of stuff that said there's different components that are exchangeable with certain Wranglers. So I guess I'd try that route.
See if you can make this a Jeep Wrangler suspension system.
Well, do a lift on it that way.
Yeah.
Because from what they say, from what I've got, you can get about a 2-inch lift just by swapping that out. So, but they've been kind of fuzzy on whether that works in the front.
Currently, you're going to have a 2-inch lift in the front anyways from the new shock. Because you'll have working shocks.
The working shocks has already helped to lift a little bit.
Yeah, it's not collapsed. We don't like ums.
I just don't remember where I put the 14. There it is.
All right, so he's finding a way to take the 17 millimeter wrench and brace it against the frame so it'll hold on one side while
Just
he
brace
wrenches
it
on
against
the other.
anything so it'll hold. And I forgot that there's not enough room without the washer. And there goes the wrench. There's not enough room without the washer to get a socket in on this side.
Wrench.
Yeah. Hand me that screwdriver and I can get the wrench. Thank you.
I've yet to see him use that screwdriver for anything that resembles driving a screw.
Well, I used it to ram one through something once. Does that count?
No.
There we go. I found it. I set it somewhere where I could pick it up again. It's rolled off.
There you go.
Thank you. It rolled off out of sight. I was like, you want to use me? No. Not going to happen.
You don't say.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the dirt's good for it.
God made dirt. Dirt don't hurt.
And one thing I do regret,
What's that?
I got these things the exact same size from factory.
Mm-hmm.
I should have got them longer.
Hmm.
That's more than it needs, but whatever. You know, I've used it to make a pulley nut slide before. Lock bolt did not hold, so I just put it all around it on the shaft, on the pulley. Put the whole pulley on there, tightened it down best I could, and the thread lock actually kept it from spinning. And that made it, shoot, 40,000 miles that way, and I sold it and didn't have any problems.
This is why we call him a junk mechanic. Stop sign.
No way from either side to use this. So,
No, well, it was a good thought, but
I need another 17 millimeter wrench. Let's see if this thin wall will get on there. It might get on there. Yeah, thin wall works. If you ever design a car, do not do this suspension design.
do any other one.
If
Go
you
back to
do this
leaf
type of
springs
setup,
before you do this.
if you do this type of setup, remember, this is supposed to drop low enough that this has to be jacked up to match everything up again.
Mm-hmm. Currently, it doesn't do that.
It does not drop low enough, even though everything's disconnected, for you to be able to maneuver it in and then lift it up. What's really amusing is when they're driving by with their lawnmowers at 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Because you know where they're coming from.
The bar.
Yep.
Like, I can't get me for drunk driving on a lawnmower.
No, normally it's because they've already lost their driver's license multiple times.
Yeah. I think it is that weirdo thing that some people think, oh, you can't get me for drunk driving on this. It's like, you're still driving. Yes, they can. They can get you for drunk driving on a bicycle.
Yep. You can get it for being on a buggy doing that.
Yep.
We've had Amish arrested for that.
Yep.
Yes, the Amish can be arrested. And
The Amish can drink.
it's not as unusual as you think it might be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as good as it's going to get. Because you can't, it's tight to the point I can't get a wrench in there to hold them tight. So hopefully all the thread lock and everything else will hold them.
Yeah. If not, you're suddenly going to go left, like an NASCAR driver.
All right, depending on which side goes.
Or right, yeah, depending on which side goes. I think you'll be fine. No. You got the screws in, though, so now we can do your hubs. Not today, but we could do your hubs and wheel lockers and all that stuff. So you can have three-wheel
First
drive.
brakes.
Hmm?
First brakes.
First brakes, yes.
So, I think I'm at the stop point for today.
Stop point for today. Okay. After I just turn the microphone back, camera back on.
Well, yeah. Because I'm hungry, and apparently it's after 8 o'clock.
7:50. Yeah, we're at stop point. Okay. And next time you see this, it'll be day...
I don't know. Be day 2 of this project. This side.
Day 2 of this side.